Okay, so let's go on these two client computers and assign an IP address based on the network ID that belongs to the executives. Okay, so let me go on laptop 3, desktop, and 192.168.1, and this one will be 3. 255.255.255, that looks good. So now I'm gonna go on the PC, desktop, IP configuration, 192.168.2, and that will be 1. And probably, let me go back on the laptop, right? Yep, I did 1 instead of 2. Okay, so again, you need to focus, like really focus, like pay close attention on everything that I'm walking you through, because if you missed one thing, again, you will not get the results that I'm gonna be getting throughout the videos. Okay, so that's good. So now let me go and connect these devices. So what I'm gonna do here, I'm gonna connect the laptop on port 3. Okay, and I'm gonna go here and connect that desktop computer on port 1. Okay, and might as well, I completely forgot about this. Okay, we have this laptop connected on port 10. So let's make this laptop 10 instead of 2. So that can make sense to us, because remember, I'm gonna be adding more computers. I'm gonna be adding more switches, routers. Okay, so might as well, for us to take a look on one of the PCs, client computers, and be like, oh, this one, it's in the production department. So I know the IP is 192.168.1, and based on the number, I know that the last acted is 3. And it's connected on port 3. So that can make a lot more sense to us when we are looking on the network diagram. So I'm gonna go here and change the number 2. Okay, 10 and 10. And I'm gonna go also on the IP configuration, and I'm gonna change that to the number 10 so that everything match. Okay, so there. So now these 3 computers should be able to communicate with each other. Okay, so let's see. So what I'm gonna do from this laptop, I'm gonna ping laptop 10 and PC 1. Okay, so let me do this. Let me go here, command prompt, and first let me ping the other laptop. 192.168.2. 10. And so far so good. So now 192.168.2, and I remember the desktop computer have the number 1. And yes, so it seems I'm able to communicate. So far so good. Okay, so now, and I know, you see, like I'm doing this on the go. I know these 2 computers, that's for the CFO, okay, on the company, one of the top executives. So let's do this, okay? Let's do this. Let's go on port 3 and on port 1. And let's see what we can do. Yeah, let's say that office has 2 network ports. Okay, 2 network ports. So let's do that. Okay, let's get the MAC address on the laptop and go on port 3 and say, hey, only allow a network device that has the following MAC address. And let's do the same with this computer. And this computer is connected on port 1. okay? But the only difference between these two computers and this laptop, that will be the violation mode, okay? And the violation mode, that will be protect instead of shut down, okay? So let's do that really fast. Let me go on the switch, okay? Enable Cisco config T, and let's do interface F01, and then switch port mode access, and then switch port port security maximum 1, and then switch port security MAC address, but I don't have it, so this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna go back on the desktop computer, and I'm gonna go on the command prompt, and I'm gonna use the command ipconfig/all, and I'm gonna highlight the MAC address, physical address. I'm gonna copy it, and then I'm gonna go on the switch, and then I'm gonna put it right here. Okay, done. So now switch port security, violation mode, question mark, and those are the three options, and the one that we are going to use is protect. Okay, enter. There we go. What else? Oh, remember, switch port security, done. So now let's get out of this interface and let's go back, but now we go back to interface number 3, okay? And then do the same, switch port mode access, switch port security, switch port. Now in this case, this is what I'm gonna do. Let me exit out, okay? Let me exit out, okay? Probably we don't have the laptop, right? The only thing that we know is that this laptop connects on port 3, but we don't have the laptop in front of us. So what we can do is this, show MAC, MAC address table, and I don't see, you see, I don't see port 3. So this is what I'm gonna do, because probably we have access to the desktop computer, right? We don't have access to the laptop. So I'm gonna ping 192.168.2, and the laptop is number 3, and bam, you see. So now it's some communication going between the laptop and the switch with this computer. So now I can go back on my switch and use the same command. Now I see, you see, on port 3 I have the following MAC address. So I'm gonna right click and I'm gonna copy, highlight it basically, right click and copy. So now I can go back on port 3, config T, interface F03, switch port security. I don't know if I did this, but it doesn't hurt. Maximum 1, switch port security. What was the command? Question mark. Oh yeah, MAC address. I'm gonna right click on it, paste, enter, and then duplicate. That's fine. That's fine. Switch port security, violation mode, and that's protect. And remember, don't forget, switch port security, done. So now I'm gonna type do show port security interface F02, no, 1 first, that was 1, just making sure enable. Okay, it already learned the MAC address, and that's fine, and that's because it was some communication, right, between the desktop computer and the switch when we ping that from the desktop to that computer. So that's why we have this information, okay? So now let's take a look on port 3, where the laptop is connected to. So I'm gonna go here, 3, and bam, enable secure. So everything seems fine. Everything looks good. Okay, so now exit, let me close this, So now time for us to test this. Okay, so I'm gonna grab my computer. So let's see this computer, right? Let me just rename it and put, I don't know, hacker, right? So obviously I'm gonna get an IP. If I connect this computer, right, to the switch, if I connect it to the switch, and if DHCP is enabled, I will be able to get an IP address, right? So let's say that it goes through that process. So I'm gonna select 192.168.2, and let me do 99. That 99. Okay. Now I'm gonna grab this cable from that laptop and plug it in right here. Okay. And obviously right now it's going through this process. So let's see if it works. Okay. And it better work, because if it doesn't work, we're gonna have to go back on the switch and find out, what's going on, because remember, we configure port 10 just to allow one PC. Okay. So let's wait to go through this 30-second prevention loop process. Okay. What else do I need to show you? So if you've been going through all of these videos based on port security, I mean, again, now you know more than most people out there, they have their CCNA. Okay. So it seems that it's working, but let's see, who knows? So I'm gonna go here and I'm gonna see if I can ping, the other laptop with the IP 3. So ping 192.168.2.3. And bam, it worked. So you see, it worked. It's not going through, nothing is happening, right? Because another PC that has a different MAC address tried to connect to it, didn't work, okay? So yeah, probably was, let's say not a hacker, but probably another employee that, went on the executive's office and plug in the laptop, because they know they have some, special permissions on the network, and they probably, they were trying to do something, with using an application. They were learning on YouTube, for them to hack into a network. So let me plug it back in, on the laptop. But now what we need to do, remember, that's 2 commands that has to be applied in port 10. Okay, remember that. But first, let me do this. Let me exit out and show port security interface port 10. So it's shut down, violation mode, it's shut down. Right there, security violation count. You see right there, security violation count, 1. And if I do this, show port security, right there, right? It's gonna tell me the ports they have port security enabled, and I can see port 10, right? And it says right there, security violation 1. That means something happened. So now I have to go there, right? And that port, config T, and then interface F010, and then I'm gonna have to shut down the port, and then no shutdown, and boom, it's up and running. It's up and running. Okay. So now let's see if this happened the same on the other side. So that user got out of that office and went to the next office, and the next office, that was the CFO office. Okay, so the same, I'm gonna grab the cable, unplug it, and plug it in on my laptop. Okay, and in this case, what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna see if I can ping computer 1. So I'm gonna go on the PC, right, and I'm waiting right now to go through this process. So in this case, I'm gonna do ping, and that will be 192.168.2, and the desktop has the IP address with the last octet with the number 1. So I'm just waiting for this to go through. Okay, so boom, and it seems that it's working. Okay, it seems that it's working. Let's see. Yep, it's working. It was able to communicate. So let me go on the switch. Okay, and let me exit out, and and then show show port security interface, and that's 3. Okay, it has one MAC address, but why it didn't work? What's the MAC address of this laptop, the hacker laptop? ipconfig 225C. Okay, so I go back here. 225C. Wow. So I don't know what happened, but it learned the MAC address of that hacker. So I know once I do this, that port is gonna go down. It's not supposed to. So these are the few things that probably based on packet tracer, have no idea, but when you have like the physical switches, you know, you never go through this problem. So in this case, you know, like I can end the video right here, right? And that's also the same to you, like, Jorge, I know what to do, you know? I mean, I can go and completely take out, you know, disable port security, then I can go back and I can do this and I can do that. But let's do that, okay? That's how you learn, by doing, by going through this process and analyzing, thinking, okay? So you better do that. Imagine someone is gonna ask you something related in the job interview process, something related to this, and because you took the time to go through this process, I mean, you can, bam, right away, oh yes, you can do this, you can do that, and then you can take a look by doing, applying the, one of the show commands, and you will be able to find out that if that happened, or if this happened, and that's how you get the job. Okay, simple as that. So let me go on this laptop, okay, and the laptop from the CFO, and let me see if I can ping, you know, computer 1, and I'm able to. So for some reason it's not working, okay, for some reason it's not working. So this is what I'm gonna do on port 3. Okay, I'm gonna go on port 3 and the switch. Port 3 is enable, protect, maximum 1, it's 1. This is what I'm gonna do on port 3. Config T, interface F03, and no switch port, port security. Bam, I don't want it. So now let me check. Show port security, interface F03. And because I'm not in privilege mode, I need to type do because I'm in a different mode. So now, okay, now it's disabled. Okay, so now it's disabled. So now let me do this, okay? Now let me just enable the port. That's the only thing that I'm gonna do, okay? And I'm gonna apply the sticky command because right now I can see that you already learned the MAC address that I wanted. Because if I go on the laptop, the CFO laptop, right, this laptop, and I use this command, ipconfig/all, you see, 5E83. So now when I go to the switch, I mean, that's the right MAC address. So let me use the sticky command, meaning like, hey, you know, that's the one that I need you to use. So now, and I'm there, you see, global configuration interface mode. So I know that I'm there. So what I'm gonna do is, I'm gonna switch port, port security, bam, that's enabled. Now switch port, port security, MAC address, and that's a sticky one, bam. And remember, even if you only use one, right? One command for you to apply something on that port, always end it or exit out by doing this. Switch port, port security. Okay, that's the only thing that I got used to it, okay? So make sure you do the same. So now I know it's gonna work. It better work. So I'm gonna grab my laptop. First, let me see if I'm able to connect. Yep, I'm still able to connect. I'm able to say hi to computer 1. And let me see if I can connect with the laptop that's on the other end. And that's 10. That's IP address 10. And yes, I'm successful. So now what I'm going to do, I'm going to unplug it and plug it in on the hacker's laptop right there. Okay. And again, it's going through this process. It's taking about 30 seconds to go through the process. Okay. So I'm going to end out the video just like that, okay? Because I really need to walk you through VLANs. But let's see what will happen. I mean, I know that I did everything the right way, okay? So let's find out. So let me go now on the laptop, because I know it's gonna go green. So I'm gonna go on the laptop and I'm gonna see if I can connect. And what I'm gonna do, I'm gonna see if I can ping computer 10. The laptop that's on the other end. Nope, I'm not able to, you see? And look, what happened? You see that port, it's still up and running. It's not down. Why? Because we didn't use the violation mode shutdown, okay? We use that violation mode protect. That means that if other device, like right now, the laptop, you know, plugs in on that port, I mean, they're not gonna be able to access the network, okay? And the port is gonna be up and running and it's gonna be good to go for that device that was previously connected to it, the one that was working fine. So you see request timeout. One more time so you can see. You see nothing is happening. So now, in this case, we are not getting that phone call about, hey, you know, the port was down because, you know, this guy from the hacker computer, you know, he's gonna unplug it in and plug it in back on that laptop, right? And then obviously the CFO is gonna walk in the next morning, you know, turn the laptop on and then see if, obviously he will connect to the network, right? So let me end this video by just me doing that, okay? So, and I'm just waiting for those 30 seconds. And yes, we can go on all of the ports and be like, hey, you know, spanning tree, port fast, but I don't want to do that, okay? So it's up, so let me do this. Boom, you see, I'm able to connect, no problem, okay? So now you have more than enough information for port security, okay? So now I need to walk you through another, I don't know, 4, 5, 6 videos based on VLANs. So I'm gonna talk to you on the next video.